Okay, good morning guys. Today I'm fishing the annual River Wye Championships. It's been a match that I've never actually won, but I've had 2 seconds. I've come second in it twice, with some big weights as well, 84 pound and 82 pound. 1 year I only got beat by £2 for the championships, but you know, for some this this match is very lucky. Some guys have gone on and won it, 4 or 5 times, like John Harvey and that, And anyway, the draw was made on the Friday. If anyone's seen that on Facebook, it was live. And I drew A section, which is in Brainton. Now, if anyone who follows me will know that I was drawn up here in the charity match. And I was just on the last peg running into very shallow water, and I had a load of puppies and had a hold of my net, and I lost a lot of fish that day. And the 2 pegs above, they had big dog chub. Now they've done the draw for the numbers this morning, and I drew peg 8, which is the peg that everyone wanted, I think, and that was peg 8, which is like 2 above the blockhouse, where John Holloway had 90 odd pound. Now, before we get too excited, the river's coming up. What a bummer. If on a normal river, I would have fancied to win the match. That's how confident I would have been. However, the river's coming up. It's already come up half a metre, and they reckon it's going to come up another metre. At the moment it's fishable, but we don't start for another hour and a half yet, so I got here early, and I'll show you now. Start to boil and start to run through pretty fast. So but anyway, the fish do live here. It's whether they're going to be in a feeding mood. Got a feeling it'll be more barbel today than chub, but you never know. Right, let's have a look at the swim so I can show you now. Okay, there you are. It's a bit of a steep drop, bit of a slack coming on the inside, but see where those leaves are going? That's where you would normally fish it, and it's absolutely started to bomb through. So the only hope I got is the fish have come in, to the slack of water, and hopefully I might get a couple. But as I say, it's starting to colour up, it's starting to get murky, so it's not going to be a normal match, a float fishing match. I wouldn't have thought. Might be more of a feeder job. Okay, well, as I say, it's just my luck for this to happen on, drawing the right peg, but on the wrong day. Anyway, I'll tackle up now, and I'll speak to you just before the start. Okay, the match is just starting. I just put a couple of balls in for ground bait. The only problem is it's coming up quickly, so I might have to move sort of the peg. It's come up at least 12 inches already, so there you are. I'm going to start on the float and then possibly end up on the feeder. A bunch of maggots. It's just going through too fast, I think. I'll keep putting some ground bait in, try and get some feed in there before the river really comes up. And here comes the rain. Oh. Good start, isn't it? Could be one of their matches, I think. There's that trees coming down in the middle of the river. Now we got the leaves contend with now. I try making like flat pancakes so we don't roll away. I think those bleak pegs are going to be favourite today. Looking at this now. Here comes the rain. Okay, well, I've just lost one of the biggest bloody barbels I've ever had on in my life then. I've gone on the feeder and basically it just took me downstream and it just kept going. Oh, I don't know. Could be a sign there's a few year mines. That's good. Horrible day now, it's bloody rain coming down and they say it will clear up in a minute. Let's hope so. Yeah, 3 maggots on a bloody size 14 forge, and it bent the hook. Would you believe? I'm only about 3 rod lengths out. Any further and it's, you know, it's going through like a train, so. Oh, just snagged up and lost the hook. You know. Yeah, that was a massive barbel. I mean, I've had 10-pound barbel before. If I wouldn't have known any better, I would have said that was bigger. But of course, you know, with the pressure of the water, and you know, and he sort of made a, you know, a head of steam, like, you know, like a train, and he just kept going. Anyway, if there's one, there's got to be some more, surely. Mind you, this river's coming up. I might have to move up the bank a little bit after. So, not pretty viewing today, unfortunately. This type of fishing, you know, it's you know, sort of a waiting game, really. When it colours up, I'm going to go on the meat then, but at the moment I'm just fishing a maggot. And put some hempen casters in. Yeah. And my barbel ground bait. Got like a garlicky, fishy smell. And I'm sort of holding the rod a little bit, so the thing is, to see the big fish or nothing up here, there's no day so oblique to go for. Yeah, just can't, you know, I can't believe that barbel, and it sort of kicked and then it ran, and I thought, well, I'd back wind on it, but it just kept back winding and winding, and you know, it went right past down that bush down there. I thought I'd put a bit of pressure on it, try and bring it back up, and the hook straightened out. The one that got away. So it's a bit of a waiting game, unfortunately. Sorry about that, lads. It's just, you know. Oh. Yeah, I got one. Small one. Only a puppy. You know, there's one there, got to be more there. Try and angle the camera so you can see a bit better, I think, because at the moment all you can see is me. Probably about 8 foot deep there, 7-8 foot. Of course, it's coming up a bit. It's come up about 6 inches now in the last 20 minutes. There's still, you know, it's not a colour in it, it's not a chocolate colour yet. Right. Now this is a little dodge we do when the leaves go down the line. What we do, we put a BB just above the on the hook length, and that'll stop the leaves from, you know, travelling down to on the hook. See that? So you got a little BB there. Right. so that should stop the leaves from covering the bait. Plus, of course, that extra shot, you know, then the bait's on the bottom rather than sort of flopping around up in the water. Of course, the other conclusion, that barb I lost could have been a foul-hooked one, you know, so, you know, I would have made the weight of it twice as big. Well, the rain stopped, but I'm under a tree and I'm still getting spots off the tree, so keep the umbrella for a little bit longer. Oh, John, I was really looking forward to fishing a float today. It's not my favourite method, the feeder, but you know, you have to do it sometimes. Yeah, it's worth striking at every little movement, you know, you never know. You haven't always got to wait for the tip to bang round, you know. Well, I don't. No more bites at the moment, so I'm sure you just want to sit there watching my tip. So I'll just turn it off at the moment and come back on when I get some action. Okay. Well, not much has happened. The river's coming up, and I'm getting wet. I haven't had any more bites, so could be an early bath here today, the way it's going. They're catching down on the Belmont though. I've just spoke to Russell. He said they're, you know, catching a few, you know, because the fish is down there when the water comes up. Up here it just goes too fast, and the fish just don't feed. Just too fast for them. Just about holding bottom with 45 grams at the moment. Yeah, mate. Probably won't draw this again though. I'll have to move up the bank in a minute because I'm basically touching my feet now, the water. Oh, at least I haven't had a blank. I've had one fish anyway. Okay. Yeah, well, still nothing. It is a bit of a slack start in the form on the inside, but whether there's any fish there, I don't know. As soon as it stops raining, I'm going to move up the bank a little bit anyway. It's getting boily like a washing machine here. No. And have a look how the other lads are doing in this section, I think. Well, I compromised. I started catching bleak on the feeder, and I thought, bloody hell. So I could have perhaps changed my bait, you know, and you know, gone for bigger fish. But you know, I was looking for those roach and dace that started, and then all of a sudden I got the bleak, and then the trouble is I haven't got a whip set up. So what I've done, I put a smaller hook on my little chubber, and I'm sort of improvising, catching them, you know, catching them down the stream, like, you know, I give them every time, like. So I don't know why I'm doing it, probably just for the section, like, you know, because the two guys below me, one's packed up and the other one's not bothering, you know. So, you know, I just, yeah, it's up to doing it. You know, depends if they, you know, the other lads up there have caught, you know, if they caught any barbel or chub, like, you know, but it's a funny old game fishing, you know. You never know what's going to come next, like. You know, I should have had a proper whip set up, but I didn't think I'd be catching bleak, you know. Yeah, man. As I say, something to do. That's the magic about this Wye, because, you know, if you can't catch, you know, if the water comes up and you can't catch normal fish, you've always got bleak to go for. I mean, it just turned up, these bleak. Won't get them earlier. Well, I did see the odd telltale sign. I seen a couple blimping early on, but, you know, who knows? If I'd gone for more match, would they have been there? I don't think so. Yeah, no, I'm just playing catch up, really. If anyone else is catching the bleak. Well, I was going to move. I haven't moved. I'm sort of up to my ankles in water now. I left all my whips in the bloody car. Anyway, as I say, but you know, I won something that was really expected today. As long as you have the day's fishing, I suppose, at the end of the day, isn't it? Yeah, they're not bad size. A lot of them are small, but I'm not any of those big kippers yet. I'm trying to get them out in the flow as well, so Just turn the cameras so you can see what I'm doing. This boilie, they're sort of everywhere, can't seem to get them in one spot. Disappeared. Catching chub on a loafer. Catching bleak on a loafer. Who would have thought it? Come and go. Couple of slightly bigger ones. Obviously, it's not the ideal, you know, scenario. This, but you know, when you're match fishing, sometimes you know you've got to improvise, haven't you? And that's what I'm doing here. I mean, I could have set up a smaller stick or something, but you know, I think time sometimes is an essence. You know, by the time I set the stick up, you know, I could have had a pound of bleak in the net. Gosh, I'll be doing this. Somebody's got a barb or a trip or something. You know, a couple. I mean, the trip I got is only a small one. I'm still gutted about that barb of mine I lost. But the more I think about it, the more I think he was foul hooked because I couldn't turn him at all. He just kept going and going, you know. I'm not sure what the time's doing. I think it was only about an hour to go. I've gone on these really too late, but as I said, it's just for the section really. See if I can get, you know, get a section right. I can't believe that. People on a boat in this river. Oh, on those stand-up things. You know, this is almost as fast as a whip, almost, isn't it? Probably not quite as quick, but you know, yeah, cover more area with it. I am bumping a few mine, so you know, maybe that bulk is causing a problem in it sometimes. I bet there'll be some weights down the bottom on his bleak today. So greedy, bleak, isn't he? I think they're the only fish I've ever seen still feeding in the keep net. I remember having a net of them once, and I was throwing some maggots in the keep net, and I seen the bleak actually eating them. Eating the maggots. Well, have they been caught, like? Yeah, I suppose the advantage of a running line is that, you know, especially in conditions like this, when they're all sort of, moving around with the flow, with the currents. You're not always going to get them in the same spot like you would, with a whip, and you're a bit limited to what's in front of you. But with this, at least you can trot down and catch a few. Yeah, I think that is a problem. I am bumping a few with this. It's a five swan, five swan opening I guess. So, but in one breath, it's actually slowing the float up, the bait in the water. So you know, but a lighter whip or float would just it'd catch the flow and it might go too fast. So this is actually, holding the bait up.
GPS signal lost.
Hey? Oh, well then. Yeah, I'm catching right down there. No, you wouldn't catch them down there on a whip. You know. You know what? this this type of rig might be worth sort of setting up. If the bleak sort of move downstream, then if it's fast flowing like this, sort of holding, it's holding the bait up. So if you could see this, its currents is really, there's a kipper. What size is that one? They're worth going for, these are. Ooh, come on. Yeah, see, it's boily as hell, and because of that, I think the bleak sort of move out with a boil. Disappeared. There somewhere. They're always there. I mean, the water's actually coming back on itself under the earth, but I don't know whether they're catching that close in. It's funny, I just found him back out in the, out in the fast flow. Makes you wonder how they live there sometimes. Oh, unbelievable. You wouldn't think they live out in the fast water sometimes like that. Oh. disappeared for a minute. Right down the swim then. Now you wouldn't have got that on a whipsy. Funny how you get spasms where you get one or two other trot and then you're searching for them. Just like that. It's like the bigger ones out in the flow as well. I know they're not everyone's cup of tea, but you know, in matches sometimes you gotta go for them. You don't seem to be going for a sucked maggot that much. I seem to wait longer for bites. Amazing that. in the bloody rain again. I'm fishing a double at the moment. See if I can catch a few more on the without free baiting. Yeah, definitely smaller, closer in, bigger out. Different in the size then. Yeah, definitely bigger outside there. Bloody rain. Check the time, I think. Yeah, 15 minutes to go. It's a shame I've only been on these bleak for about, well, I'm just looking now, 35 minutes. If I could have done this for 5 hours, I would probably had to wait. As I said, I could be wasting my time here doing it, but you know, keeping me busy anyway. Oops. This here was only a last resort to try and see, to get a section really. The only reason I went for them is because on the feeder I was getting them on the feeder. They were taking doubles and triple maggots. Rain's coming again. Mm. Okay, it's been a funny old match. As I say, I lost that barbel to give him with. And then a little chub, then those roach on the dace, and then the bleak at the end. I'm glad I went for the bleak because I ended up winning the section with £8 fall. I think it was £5 something was second. So in the mini section, so yeah, it was worth 50 quid I think to me. So yeah, not as good as winning a match of course, but you know, as I say, sometimes you've got to change tactics. Sometimes you've got to improvise, which I did, and it paid off. So there we are. Anyway, the next time I'll be up here now will be the 3-day festival. Let's hope the water drops and we get some decent fishing. Okay then, thanks for watching. I'll show you pictures of my bag of fish. Little chub, cut roach and some bleak. Okay, thanks. See you next time.